Okay. So you didn't have to get all of our other talking. So I'm recording it. I don't if you want to try and record it, I don't know if you can or not, but
It says please request recording permission from the meeting host.
oh, I
And
would
it just has this OK button.
oh, let's see.
And
I wouldn't know how to. I know Jamie was having a hard time with that too.
yeah. Well, um I don't have to
Yeah,
record it.
I'll
If you
send
get
it.
a recording,
I'll
yeah.
send it to you. Okay. All right. I'm just gonna get relaxed and
Okay.
centered in my heart. I'm gonna connect with your heart space. I can feel I'm going into a much higher vibration. And right away, I'm seeing rainbows, um, like little clouds with bands of rainbows, and it's almost like there's a whole path of them. But everything's really sparkly. And I'm walking down a pathway. I can see little critters peeking around from behind the bushes, watching. And following this pathway to the trees. I can see little flowers. And I see a little house in the woods. It's like my portal, I think. I'm walking up the porch, and the door is open. I go inside, and I can smell. It smells like cakes are cooking. It smells sweet and delicious. very open and warm in here with the smell of cinnamon. And the kitchen looks like a very magical place. I'm seeing a big peppermint lollipop with the swirls. And I'm going to go into the swirls. And it turns into a tunnel. A tunnel that's like a funnel, really. And I'm seeing little elves. And one of them's going to guide me. I go out the other end of this tunnel. It got really narrow for a moment. We're still walking through this narrow part of the funnel. Like a long tube. We come out the other end. And they're like animal people. There's a little bear that reminds me of Winnie the Pooh. And he's eating honey, but there are bees all over the honey, and he's eating it. And now I'm seeing a honeycomb. And the bees are moving in and out of the honeycomb, doing their work. And there's a lot of buzzing, like really loud buzzing. And I'm asking, what am I being shown this for? Why am I being shown this? And it has something to do with tuning the frequency. And this is a very high vibration. And it's a great honor to receive an attunement like this. So I'm just watching. And I can see symbols coming out, like different patterns, geometric patterns. And I see some of them going into your crown chakra. And I feel like they're doing this right now because I can feel it going into my crown chakra as well. And what I'm getting is that this is a frequency attunement. So I'm just letting this play out for a moment. And now I'm going into a section of the honeycomb. I don't know if that's a hexagram. Six-sided. Looking at the 6 sides. And then walking through, like floating really through. And it's another long sort of a tunnel in the shape of a hexagram. And it's a little dark in here, but it's not a bad dark. It's not lit up. But now I'm starting to see a lot of colors. Really bright pinks and yellows and greens and blues. It's just like a really colorful, playful, fun atmosphere. And I come upon this little creature. Kind of looks like Yoshi. Yoshi from Mario Brothers. And he's bouncing. And he's going to take me for a little ride. And I feel like we're just going deeper. It's taking me deeper. It's taking me deep into the forest. Here's where the city of the elves live. And they're showing me paintings. And they're paintings of fairies and elves. And they're talking about creativity. And they're showing me how you are very creative. And I'm looking at a painting of and it's sort of an elf gnome looking creature, and he's wearing a yellow shirt with red stripes on it. And he's sitting back like with a beer and a big smile on his face and a little yellow hat. And he's got a brown beard, so he's not like an old gnome. He doesn't look old. But then I'm seeing that they're saying that you painted that, you created that. That was from you. And it just looks like a happy guy with a beer. And they're encouraging you to bring out more creativity in your life. Because you're really good at it. And I'm seeing dolphins, but I think this is a painting. But the dolphins are moving, they're jumping. There's something about painting or creating will bring you joy, bring you lots of joy. And dolphins are a symbol of also love and joy and playfulness. And it's like this painting is alive. And I see them celebrating. It's like this whole big celebration of, the elves and the gnomes and the fairies are all singing and dancing. And they're celebrating you getting this message. I feel like you're a part of them, or they're a part of you. You're very much fairy and elf energy. And I see you interacting with them as you interact with flowers. When you interact with the flowers and the plants, you're interacting with the fairy realm. And also when you paint and create things that bring you joy, you're interacting with the fairy realm. And that makes them very happy. And they want you to know that. And I'm seeing hearts, like red hearts coming out. They love you very much. I keep seeing rainbows with clouds on the end, like a cartoon rainbow, clouds on each end. I'm seeing a unicorn dancing on the rainbow. Pink fluffy unicorns dancing on rainbows. came to me. It seems you have a very creative, playful energy about you. And I keep seeing the ocean. Back to the dolphins again. The dolphins are playing and jumping, swimming together, and they're swimming around each other. And jumping in the air, and I can hear their laugh. And now I see a big whale. His eye is looking right into my eye. And he says, "You have great wisdom. It's within you, in your heart." And I see a tear. He shed a tear. But the tear that he sheds is for the way of life on earth, for humanity. And he says that there's something that we can offer humanity to bring more joy and playfulness to this planet. And that you are a carrier of that joy and playfulness in your heart. And with your creativity, you can bring that to the earth to help humanity. And I'm back to the little gnome with the beer and a big smile on his face. He's just happy and has some beer froth in his. It's not really about drinking the beer, but it's about happiness and playfulness. But the painting is something that you created. You're creating joy and happiness in others just by being you. You're expressing your creativity. And you hold great wisdom. And I believe you are the rainbow. I'm seeing a cartoon version of you with just this bright rainbow colors coming up out of your crown. And there's sparkles. And the whale smiles at me. I'm smiling for you that you're getting this message. And then he goes on about his swimming. And I see the dolphins again. They're just enjoy. And they're laughing. And the fairies and the gnomes and the elves are going about their party. So I'm going to continue on this path before me. And I'm seeing a lot of purple flowers. And I'm going beyond a wall that's full of morning glories. Beautiful. And there's an opening in the wall, so I go through it. And now I'm inside of a big tree, like a big redwood tree or something. It's huge. I walk through the other side. And I'm in a meadow. I see a meadow. All different colors of flowers are growing. It's a really beautiful meadow. And I see a horse standing ahead of me. Beautiful white horse. And I go and I get on the horse. And I'm galloping through the meadow. And I can feel the wind in my hair. And this meadow looks very magical. I'm galloping off into the woods. It's a beautiful, bright, sunny day. See a little house. A beautiful little house in the woods. But more in the meadow. The woods are along the side of it. And I can see a river. So I take the horse and we go up to the river. And the river is flowing downstream. And I get on a raft. Now I'm in the river in this raft. And the river has to do with emotion. And I'm just floating with the current. And it's getting faster now. And there's a sense that there's a waterfall ahead of me. And I feel afraid. And I'm thinking, what am I going to do? Am I going to grab a branch? Am I going to grab a rock? What am I going to do? Do I have to jump off? I'm getting scared. I'm feeling a lot of fear. Fear that I'm going to fall. And I really feel it in my heart and my gut. Like, there's a lot of fear. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know. It's bringing me I mean, to almost the point where I want to cry. There's so much fear, not knowing what to do. What am I going to grab? What's going to happen? Am I going to die? Am I going to fall off this thing and die? And I hear surrender. Just surrender, surrender, breathe, surrender. Surrender. And I call out for help. I need help. Please help me. And just before we get to the end, where the waterfall is just right in front of us, I see the gnomes and the fairies. They're sticking a branch out. And I grab out on the branch. I grab onto the branch and they pull me out and the raft goes down. And the waterfall, it seems like it's so far down, but they get me to the side and I'm standing there, dripping wet and shivering, cold. And I look over and the waterfall was only an inch. There was really nothing to fear. But it seemed like it was so far down that I would die, that I would crash at the bottom and there would be nothing left. But they say, no, we've got your back. We're here for you. All you have to do is ask. And they're standing there still amazed at how little this little waterfall really was. I kind of can laugh now, you know. Kind of funny in a way. It sure wasn't funny in the middle of it. It was terrifying. And it's good to know when we have these people, these beings that are there to help. All we have to do is ask. Well, I thank them. And they say, I love you. I love you so much. I'm always here for you. And continue walking down the stream. Because I want to know what's up ahead. I want to know what the terrain looks like. And the stream goes into the forest. And the forest getting darker and darker. And I've come to a point where I can no longer follow the stream. It's hidden. It's hidden behind a lot of brush. It's too hard to get in there. So I keep walking outside of the brush, hoping to find the stream again. And I can hear it. I can smell it. But I can't see it. And I decide that it's not time to see that yet. We can't always know the path ahead until we're actually there. It's not time to get there yet. So I walk back to where I was, back to that little waterfall. And I'm gazing into the stream. It's now just a small stream. And I'm looking at the rocks, and the water's flowing over the rocks. And I see some little fish in there. They're swimming around in a little pool. And there are different colors of fish, purple and green and blue, yellow, red. And I'm talking to the fish and asking them if they have any guidance for me. And one of them says, I like staying right here in my little pool. I'm afraid to get outside of this little pool. I'm comfortable here. Feels comfortable and safe. So I'm going to stay here. There's always plenty of food for me here. I've got places I can hide if something comes to try and eat me. I want to stay where I'm comfortable. And one of the other little fish, he's young, he still keeps wanting to get out of the pool and go find out what's beyond there. And I'm tempted to follow the little fish and go on an adventure. So he jumps out of the little pool and floats downstream, and I follow him. We're just floating downstream because I'm really curious as to what's ahead of me. I can't stand the curiosity. I have to know. And the best way to do that is to be in the stream, not outside of it, not trying to look at it from a distance, but to be in it. And we're floating downstream over rocks and through branches. Over and under we go. When we get to one point in the stream, there's a snake. And the snake is hungry. And he tries to eat us. But the little fish just jumps right over. And I swim under, and we confuse the snake. And he missed us completely. And we're swimming, going over and under the branches. We get to a point where there's an abundance of branches. So there's so many branches that it's almost hard to swim downstream. We're not sure which way to go. We get a little stuck here. But the little fish is very smart, wise little fish. And he just wants to keep going downstream. Nothing's going to get in his way. Nothing's going to stop him. So he wiggles his way through. He even gets a little injured on the way through. One of the twigs scratched his side. But he's determined to stay on the path and to continue floating downstream. Nothing's going to get in his way. He's not going to stop and sit where it's comfortable and safe. He's just going to keep on moving forward. And he tells me, what's a little fear? He says, I know I am safe. I know I am protected. And we keep swimming forward. And now we come to an open path in the stream again. There's beautiful sun. Sun is shining. It's a beautiful day. You see some deer drinking out of the pond. One of the pools of water. And we stop for a rest. We enjoy a nice meal. Lots of algae to eat here. You can see the deer. They're talking to each other. It's a mother and a daughter. And they're just talking about what a beautiful day it is. They just had lunch and their bellies are full. We've come to a nice spot. A beautiful spot. One could want to stay here for eternity. But the little fish, he's not going to be satisfied with that. He just wants to keep going. So he jumps over and moves himself out of the pond and back into the stream. And I follow, hesitatingly in a way. I'm like, oh, here we go again. So we keep going, and we're going down the stream. And the stream is going fast now. And we get caught in this one little part of the stream that's really moving fast. And here comes that fear again. The water's moving too fast. What's going to happen? Is there a waterfall ahead? Oh no, what do we do? And the little fish says, follow me, I'll keep you safe. I know what I'm doing. So even though there's fear, I keep following the little fish. I'm scared, but I'm going to tough it out. I'm going to surrender and be strong. I'm going to follow this little fish. And there's so much fear rising that I feel like crying again because I just want to know, is there a branch I can grab onto? Is there going to be somebody there? Am I not going to fall over the edge? The fear is overwhelming. But I'm trusting in the little fish. And I have to keep saying over and over again, I trust you, I trust you, I trust you, I surrender. I'll be okay, I'll be okay. And the little fish takes a big leap. And I leap after him. And we're falling, falling. And splash, we made it. And it was a little fall. But I'm safe. I'm okay. I didn't die. I didn't get hurt. That was scary. And now I'm in this beautiful big pond, and there are lilies and lotuses, and the sun is shining, and there's an overabundance of food here, and lots of other fish. And this is a very happy place. You see lots of animals and frogs. And nobody's trying to eat each other. We're all living in harmony. And I wonder, can we just stay here? So beautiful here. Look how comfortable it is. We have everything we need. Can we just stay here for a while? And the little fish says, for a little while. But I must keep going forward. And so I say, okay, let's stay here as long as we can. It's so nice here. It's so comfortable. Plenty of food. We can relax. And the little fish says, no, it's time to go. So he jumps out of the pond and continues forward. And we could float downstream for quite a while. It's a nice long journey. It's very relaxing because we can just float. Not a lot of swimming. The current is great. Kind of fun to float around the rocks and swim over. It's like being on a big water slide. And I hear them saying, wee! Wee, this is fun. And we continue forward. And now I can see there's some darkness coming ahead again. Branches, plants, and the water comes to a bit of a standstill here. Water's trying to flow through. And again, we have to wiggle and squirm and swim under, and jump over and wiggle through things. And again, we make it out to the other side. And the little fish says to me, so this is the journey. This is the journey. Don't be afraid. Don't stay in the comfort zone, because you might get eaten eventually. If you get too comfortable, you develop fear. And then it's harder to get out of the comfort zone. Don't stay in the comfort zone too long. And this is the advice. Face the fear. Move forward. It might be a little struggle, but you'll come out on the other end stronger. And he says goodbye. I'll see you later. And I get out of the stream. I see a rabbit. And the rabbit's in a hurry. And I see a tortoise. And I'm hearing, do you want to be the tortoise or the hare? There's no need to rush anything. No need to work too hard at it. You'll move forward gracefully at your own speed. And I'm seeing a big heart. And the message is to stay in your heart and follow your heart. And don't rush things. Your journey is beautiful. And it's meant to be enjoyed. And now I'm coming back into my own heart space. How did that feel to you? I actually got cold.
You got cold?
I did. I put a blanket up.
Oh, you did a really good job. You connected like with so many different things.
Thank you.
And throughout the whole reading, I just kept writing a bunch of things down so I can remember to talk about it with you. It floored me how you saw rainbows at the beginning of the reading because not too long ago, I actually had a dream of triple rainbows. And today I looked it up. Like, is that even possible?
Huh?
And I guess it's happened like 5 times, triple rainbows, but rainbows have been coming up for me.
Wow.
So, yeah. And rainbows are also symbolic of fairies for me
Wow.
in like the fairy realms. So that was pretty neat because I'm really connected with fairies.
Oh, wow. I felt that.
Yeah. And when I was younger, I had so many fairy posters in my room, fairy statues. Yeah.
Really
So I just
cool.
have a connection with them. So it was really sweet that they came through and gave some messages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even the
And
little gnomes.
yeah, that was so cute. It also floored me that you said I created a art piece of a gnome or an elf. I actually painted an elf.
Oh, cool.
Well, I drew one and then colored it in with some colored pencils, but that was the only drawing that I ever made.
Really?
It's amazing how they talked about that and how you saw that.
Was he drinking a beer?
No, but he had a hat on, and I think he was smiling too. And I need to take it out because I know I still have it. So I'll have to show you that when I
Yeah. They probably want you to connect with that and do more drawings like that.
yeah. Well, recently I've felt like painting and drawing things.
Very cool.
So they must be encouraging me to do that.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah. I just took a bunch of like cards, like cut out pieces of paper, and started creating an oracle deck,
Yeah.
like my own personal oracle deck, and I
Nice.
took out some water paints and
What?
yeah, just started painting.
Yeah,
So,
I felt like they really, really want you to be doing that. And it brings you
yeah,
a lot of joy, but it also brings them joy.
yeah.
Like
I thought it was sweet.
yeah, when you're feeling joy, they feel joy. That's kind of what
Yeah,
it felt like.
it does make me really happy to just make art. It's really fun to me.
Yeah, I love it too. I felt like I've been blocking myself, but I do love to create and draw and paint and create in so many ways. So it's so good for you.
Yeah, I think so too.
And your
It
energy is so beautiful. It's so sparkly and colorful, and you have fairy energy, like you are from the fairy realm or something. That's what it felt like for me.
yeah, I feel that I am connected to the fairy realm. Like usually when I go into meditation, I'll see this place with fairies and elves and gnomes and unicorns and like all of those creatures. It feels like home to me,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah. I love that stuff too. Obviously, that's how I journey, right? My journeys want to be in the magical realms.
Yeah. So it's so cool how you saw that.
It's funny because before the journey, because I look at your hair and your facial features and I see mermaid, like mermaid all over you,
Oh
but
yeah.
yeah.
Mermaids too. Yeah. All of that stuff, all of the magical creatures. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you totally remind me of a mermaid. So I was kind of surprised that I went to the fairy realm because I thought for sure it was going to be mermaids.
Yeah. Well, you saw the ocean
That's
and
true.
dolphins.
And the dolphins and the whale, I mean, they're all watching you. They're like, yeah, they're interacting with you.
I feel really connected to dolphins and whales too.
Yeah.
And I also see myself like swimming in the ocean a lot of the time with dolphins. And
Oh, fun.
I feel that this crystal was gifted to me by spirit. It's a
Ooh.
dolphin,
Oh,
if you
wow.
could see that.
Wow.
I actually gave a reading to Elizabeth, and the dolphin spirit animal came up, but I feel that the dolphin came up for me too. Because
Wow.
after, like, I purchased this crystal online, and I didn't even notice there was an image of a dolphin in it
Yeah.
until I got it in the mail, and it just blew my mind. So I really
Wow.
feel that this crystal was gifted to me
Wow.
like, by
Yes.
spirit.
Yes. Yes. Because all that energy, that was all for you, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. That's so cool.
So that
Because
was,
for me, it's like always wizards and, stuff like that in
yeah.
my own personal stuff.
Yeah. And
Um,
dragons.
yes, I haven't connected to the fairies like I'd like to. That's something I'm working on. It's like I don't know them very well, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've been living in a different realm.
Yeah. Different world for a little bit.
So it
Uh,
was really nice to connect with them today. Thank you. And
yeah. You're welcome. The energy like surrounding the whole reading, like it was so comforting and light. I really enjoyed it.
awesome.
Mm.
I'm glad
I
you do.
loved how you saw Winnie the Pooh because I loved that show when I was younger.
Really? I love Winnie the Pooh too.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny. I didn't know why he was coming up, but
Yeah.
and the stream for me that was so huge. But I think everybody needs to hear that right now. To just get out of your comfort zone. Don't stay there too long. It's nice to
Yeah.
sit and visit, but don't stay there too long.
Yeah. Uh, the part with the waterfall, that was funny how it was only an inch.
Yeah, I know. And the fear was immense. That was a
Um,
huge message for me too. Wow.
yeah, well, I actually experienced that when I traveled to Arizona because I don't travel a whole lot because I get anxiety and fear about like going somewhere new. And stuff like that kept happening. And so I slept in late and I thought I was going to miss the plane back to Colorado, but I ended up waiting like 30 minutes to board the plane.
I was only 30 minutes.
Yeah, like I wasn't late at all. I actually had to wait. Yeah,
You had that fear you were gonna miss the flight. Oh
yeah, but
wow.
yeah, it's not like I had to run, to get on the plane. Like it was nothing to be afraid of or
Wow.
worry about. So,
Wow.
so it's funny how they showed that, how it was only an inch high.
Yeah, the 30 minutes and the inch. It goes hand in hand.
Yeah, basically.
That's funny. Did this just happen recently?
Yeah, like 3 months ago.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah,
And
they're telling you don't have to
yeah, like
fear.
every time I worried about something, like the worry, it just didn't happen. So yeah.
No, you're in a place where the fairies are cooking cakes and candies and
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
Uh Another thing, when you saw the peppermint lollipop,
Yeah.
I knew that was important and I kind of had to think about it. Like, what's important about peppermint and last night I had a headache, and I used peppermint essential oil, and I just put it
Oh.
on my forehead to make it like go away, you know?
Oh,
And you saw how the symbols were going into my crown chakra, so like my head.
yeah.
So I'm wondering if like they were doing some healing for that. And I did feel energy like going into my head when you said that.
Wow. Yeah, I did too. That was like intense in a way. And the bees giving you an energy attunement. I mean, that was so cool.
Yeah, that was very cool. Yeah.
And
Um,
there's something about bees and sacred geometry.
yeah, that's something that keeps coming up for me, but I've never really looked into it. But sacred geometry really is interesting
Yeah.
to me. And
That-
I really love bees and like the like hives that they create.
yeah, because they're like friends of the fairies, right? Mhm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the flower fairies, and yeah, bees help
And
them.
I connect a lot with flowers too.
Yeah, and
And
flowers. A lot of the flowers are actually fairies. So.
yeah, yeah, that, yeah. And you said you saw morning glories.
Yeah, I did like a whole wall full of them.
Yeah. Um, I gave a reading to Jenna. She's on the oh, excuse me, my throat is kind of dry. She's on the mentoring Facebook group that we have, and I did a reading for her and saw morning glories, and they just kept coming up for her. So it's kind of like a symbol for me also. And
Yeah.
so they're very special to me. So I thought it was really cool that you saw a lot of
Wow.
them.
I love morning glories. I'm trying to grow some and they're not doing well. I don't know why. I had 11 plants and now I'm down to one.
Aw,
But the rabbits kept eating them.
oh man.
But I love morning glories, and you know what? I did see that, but I wasn't thinking about it.
Yeah.
But I just saw this huge wall.
Yeah. I love seeing the walls of them, like on the fences. They're just so pretty.
Yeah, they are. I love them. I'd love to do
Mm,
that here. They don't seem to want
yeah.
to grow where I'm living. I don't know why.
Aw. Maybe you could do some energy work,
Yeah,
like, and see if that works.
I need to journey into the flower, right? Into the plant
Yeah.
itself. Now that
Yeah.
I'm like starting to, this is really getting fun. I mean, you're only the second one I've done. Well, I guess third because I did one for myself with Abby, and that was really cool too. That was all Johnny Depp and.
That's cool.
I journeyed into Alice in Wonderland, and then I went into
Oh,
Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, and
ooh, that's fun. Those are my places.
yeah, yeah, I'm learning how to have joy in my life.
Yeah. The
But
reading you did today was so happy. Just, yeah, I really enjoyed it. I wrote a lot of stuff down.
yeah.
Um, you saw a white horse
Oh
also, and I really love white Arabian horses.
yeah. Wow.
And like just the other day, I was seriously just thinking about like some things that I really enjoyed to do, and horseback riding was like the first thing that came to mind.
Wow. I guess you need to go do that,
Yeah.
huh?
And I love riding horses, but I haven't
Oh,
done it so long. So, and I thought about like me having my own house and having a horse on the property. So, yeah.
wow. I love horses too. I'm not very good at riding. I haven't ridden one since I was a kid.
Yeah.
I'd love to.
Yeah.
It's
I always enjoyed it. I
nice.
grew up on a farm and we had a couple of anchors and we had horse boarders. So they like kept their horses on our property. And so sometimes they'd have me ride their horses and so it was
Yeah.
really fun.
Yeah. I guess that means it's time to go do it.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah,
spirit.
they're telling me go do that.
Yeah, your spirit revealed all the things that it would like to do. I think that's where we were going with that. And
Yeah.
to
Yeah,
keep you out of
definitely.
your comfort zone.
Yeah,
And the
I know that
fear,
message is for
the,
me.
yeah, the fear going down that stream was really intense. Like, so that's something to know, your guides are there and they'll stick out that branch anytime you ask them to.
Yeah. Yeah. Another thing that I was really scared to do was learning how to drive. I
um,
got so much anxiety about it, but I figured it out. I got my license.
Good for you.
Thanks.
My sister went
Stuff
through
like
that.
that keeps coming up in my life.
Oh, so you have to work through the fear.
Yeah.
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 So that
It's
stream was,
really
yeah, that stream was very telling of that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And
So
you
that
become,
message was really healing and to know that I could just ask for
yeah.
help also.
Yeah, they have your back.
Yeah. 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 I definitely feel that. I still get scared, but it's good to know that
Yeah.
I have some helpers.
Yeah, they're not going to let you get hurt. They're not going to let anything bad happen to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they kept sending out little hearts, you
That
know.
was so cute.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
sending you their love. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was really sweet. You
Yeah, it
got
was.
some great fairies and guides out there for you.
Yeah.
You have a lot of them.
Yeah, a lot of them. Like a whole world. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so
Yeah.
cool how you saw like a lot of fairies and a lot of gnomes. It wasn't just one elf or fairy you saw.
Yeah, they're really excited for you to reconnect with them or just to know that they're there. They're
Yeah.
like so excited and having this big party and
Yeah. Huge celebration.
yeah.
Mhm.
And they
I
were
think
making cake.
yeah. 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 I also realized that they were also talking about home as well because you kept seeing a house,
Oh
and
yeah.
that's another thing. Like that's a part of my dream, having my own house and just feeling comfortable in it. So,
Yeah.
bees also like their hive. I felt it was symbolic of home too.
Yeah. True. True. I didn't think of that. Wow. And there's something about the honeycomb, that hexagram that was important for you, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Because even when
Actually,
I,
that's
sorry, even when I was looking at the honeycomb itself, it was the hexagram, the six-sided.
yeah. There has to be some importance to that, like because sacred geometry, that's just something that keeps coming up. It's like they want me to look into that.
Yeah, it's a vibration, it's a frequency. And so are
Yeah,
numbers and the geometry. I mean,
and
even our,
flowers.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And all the colors and the rainbows. I mean, these are high frequencies that are coming into you. That's what it feels like to me.
yeah. I definitely felt some intense energy during the reading. There was a lot of energy.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
I'm happy to hear that.
Mm,
Do you mind if I share any of these too? These readings
Oh,
like
that's
Abby does? Or
yeah, that's fine.
I've been thinking about I need to like start a YouTube channel and like I want to start doing what Abby does, really. And
Yeah, you should do that because you're really good at doing this.
thank you. Thank you. I don't want to like step on Abby's toes, but she's trying to teach us to
Oh,
do this, so she's encouraging me,
yeah.
and I keep getting scared to make videos.
Oh, you'll do fine. Yeah, I was really nervous when I started making videos.
Yeah.
And that's another thing out of my comfort zone, you know?
Uh-huh. But you did really well for me too. I really appreciate the reading. It was very helpful actually. And I can see where I'm stuck. Because I get stuck too and I want to be in my comfort zone.
Yeah, I think that's something all of us experience, you know?
Yeah.
It's so easy to stay in the comfort zone.
Yeah. But you gotta watch out, you might get eaten sometime.
I thought that was funny. If you stay, you're gonna get eaten.
Yeah. We have to face
That
our
fish
fear.
had some humor.
I liked that little fish. He was just he was like a little baby fish, but it was like as soon as I started following him, I was like the size of a fish. So,
That was pretty cool.
and I think doing these journeys too shows you how much there is to beyond the veil.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
real. It's real,
All
and
of that symbolism is actually really meaningful and yeah, very real.
yeah. Well, I better let you go, but I really thank you for letting me do this for you, and I'm really happy that I was able to connect with your higher awareness or whatever that is. I'm really grateful to be able to connect with you like that. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for doing this reading for me. It was very, very healing, and you did
Yeah,
a really good job with it.
thank you. And yours was too. And I need to get on there. I have something I have to go do right after here, but I want to do the reviews for you and Jamie.
Oh
And
yeah,
I haven't
that's
had
so
a chance.
good of you to do that.
I haven't had a chance to sit down and do that yet. Like, but I'm gonna do it today. I promise.
Thanks so much, Diane.
You're welcome. All right. Take care. We'll see you again soon. Maybe we can do this again. Are you doing these kind of journeys too? Are you trying?
Yeah, I have done these journeys before. I guess I've done more tarot recently, but I would like to do just journey readings also.
Yeah, they're fun. They're fun.
Yeah, they are.
All right, Cory. Well, thank you so much again.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Take care.
Okay, bye.
Bye.